Alright, I hope everything is working. Looks like the levels are looking good. Put the switch just a bit early there. Nick was obviously, I know you were kind of struggling there, so hopefully I can give you all entertainment for a little bit here. Welcome to another Shiny Developer Series live stream. My name is Eric, and we're gonna continue on the fun streaming calendar. I'm calling it shinycal, and I've got some cool things I've done since we last worked on this. And thanks, Nick, for the raid, of course, much appreciated. And welcome everybody for tuning in. Let's get our lovely chat thing going. There we are. So what I want to do tonight is, admittedly, the past couple of times we've really been kind of getting low level with, you might say, more of the back end kind of work with getting the streaming data set up that I was scraping, and now I want to start really doing the shiny bits to make the experience a bit easier and more interactive, and hopefully get that in decent enough shape that I can start actually sending this stuff out so people can take a look as I then continue with plugging the back-end stuff a bit. Still not quite to my liking, but I think we can make some good headway there. So let us get to the fun VS Code window here. Hopefully everything works. There we are. First, I'll say there's been some awesome improvements in the R extension for VS Code recently, like earlier this week or late last week. The previewing of our Markdown documents has now gotten, well, first it's actually enabled, and it's almost on par with what I've seen in just the typical Markdown preview of VS Code when you have a Markdown document on the left and then you can get a real-time preview on the right. It's pretty close to that for VS Code, so I might, as I orient myself to some of the other stuff I want to work on tonight, might just quickly show you all what that looks like here. This vignette that we worked on before in the previous streams about the streamer data. And now, oh, first I gotta kill the app that I was running there. Nice thing that we can do now is we can have this nice, first of all, I love the command palette. I know that's in our studio as well now, but it's so fast, it's really cool. But now you see these options are Markdown, open preview to the side. Let's click on that bit. And of course I have an error. What did I miss? Oh, I know. I changed the locations. Yeah, silly me. That's in data raw now. Yeah. Let's save that bit. I promise this does work, so, you know. Let's try this out here. And another error. We're off to a rockin' start now. What error was this? Oh, streamer info, YAML parsing. Well, I thought I'd... Oh, it's the working directory stuff. Yeah, there's another file that has this all fixed. Let's go to that. Not for my ineptitude, it would work here. This one, because the working directory gets kind of messed up here. I'll just show this one here. This one I know works. Yeah, so now this vignette doesn't do very much, but if I add just some random text here, this vignette's just kind of debugging stuff. Hello during my stream. If we save that, check that out. In about a couple seconds, but there it is. So that's gonna really help as I start using kind of this R Markdown workflow to prototype things. In fact, those of you obviously have been watching Sliced, most of you on the stream have been watching Sliced, almost everybody that's doing R coding is using R Markdown during it. So now if I ever get the good fortune of being on Sliced in the future, I might bust out VS Code for most of my work, especially if I integrate that with some cool like servers that I would spin up to handle a lot of the modeling processing, much like oh, was it Kyle or who was it on the season that had some AWS EC2 nodes? I mean, I wanna get in on some of that. So yeah, that R Markdown preview is pretty darn cool. So I was greatly enjoying that. And now we'll go back to the app and I'll show you all where I left off and what I want to do tonight. And let me catch up in the chat for a second. Yeah, very much it's Mike, it's becoming very robust, this extension. Like last year it wasn't nearly as good, so VS Code has been, you know, our extension for VS Code has become a lot better. So every stream I do, I'm basically just there's another technical reason I'm using this a little more in our studio right now is because of my containerized setup. The VS Code instance just is easier to bootstrap, and OBS actually picks it up as a window capture. But in my Linux box, for some reason, our studio doesn't get picked up natively, and I have to do some weird Electron hack to get it into a new window, and I'm too lazy to do it right now. So VS Code has just been working well. So anyway, let's get rid of that. We're gonna start running the app again in dev mode, and I'll show y'all what I wanna, you know, accomplish a bit tonight. So this is Golem, of course, for turning your Shiny apps into a package. So let's take a look here. Now here's the good news, folks. It's not perfect yet, but look at all these entries we have on the calendar based on the data I've kind of cached from the Twitch API. And ironically, I don't even... Oh, the days are off. Yeah, that's odd. Okay, I'll have to fix that for some reason, but the entries are here. So there's still some work to do, but what I want to do now is change the views to be more customized, because right now it defaults to like that monthly view, which of course if you have, I mean, Jesse or others have talked about this in their streams. We have a lot of people going on one day now, so kind of hard to see that when you have a monthly view, but the package we're using called Toast UI does have ways you can tweak the view, and we're gonna plug that in here tonight. And you see this pop-up that's appearing when we click on an entry. Well, we don't want to stick with this default stuff. That's pretty boring, right? We gotta supercharge this a little bit. And also take advantage of the event listener that's kind of built into this by default to kind of tap into some of the metadata that I'm capturing for this. And also, I had some play with showing a preview embedded video of somebody's latest stream, at least the one that's been recorded on video, as a cool way for somebody to get a preview of what they talk about without having to go to Twitch directly. So we're going to try plugging that in tonight too. Now, kind of like Nick, albeit not as severe, I'm dealing with some odd cough thing, so I might hack away for a little bit here. Don't mind me, but hopefully I can power through it. But anyway, let's start. Let's see, where do we start? So I have some debugging stuff here. I'm going to get rid of that. But this was last time around, or the couple times before, I was exploring all the Toast UI shiny bits that they exposed to me and like the inputs. And the one I do that's custom is way down here, this affectionately called Fancy. And right now that's grabbing the title, but I'm going to show you where that's grabbing from, because that's going to be key to what I put in this little box so that it's more in line of what we want for showing this off to people interested in watching everybody in data science and do some cool streamings. All right, let's kill that. Rid of this. So we're going to go back to the module for the calendar viewer. And this is where I had to do some major revisions with my new take on the data. But it wasn't too bad. I just had to plug it in. And where that's coming from is I have a cached data set called streamer data that's importing that YAML file of all the kind of high level data of each streamer. And then it goes to the Twitch API via Coder Cow's awesome Twitch R package to grab other metadata that I don't want to write down myself manually. And it's kind of bundling all that into a pretty nice tidy data frame. And then we're capturing the scheduling bits from that for the calendar widget. So like I said, there's still some polishing I need to do with that scraping part. But the idea behind this whole architecture is that I don't want... Oh, you're not hearing my music? Oh, that's strange. I can hear it on my end. Maybe let me do some tweaking here. Oh, you can hear it? Okay. All right. Thanks, Michael, for that. So, yeah, I'll keep me posted. There's been some shenanigans in OBS recently, and I got to make sure I keep up to date with that. Okay. So what I want to... Oh, this was experimental for the video stuff. We'll get to that in a little bit. I first want to do some housekeeping, get rid of a lot of that debugging output. Let me see where I'm at. That's the calendar output, and then more info here. Yeah. It's this verbatim text output stuff. We don't really need that anymore. And we don't really need this text input here. That was more for debugging. So we'll keep this this section here for a bit, but I'm probably not going to put anything in here for now. We may add it later. All right. So the part I want to help with kind of the pop-up stuff. And I'll show you where all those bits are. So I fixed this to-do. That is done. I don't need this comment anymore. Oh, by the way, back to the VS Code thing for a second. I don't know about any of you, but I did sign up for that GitHub Copilot stuff that maybe you all been hearing about on the various tech blogs or Twitter. It's certainly an experience with R. I mean, it's pretty good. It's a little finicky with Shiny, but I'll tell you the really strange, albeit kind of I don't know, bewildering moment I had is I was writing my slides for the Use R presentation I did back a couple weeks ago about using things like OBS for streaming media content with R. And I was writing those slides in Shuriken, the R package that's R Markdown with the remark.js framework for slides. And I was talking about some open source software in one of the slides, and one of them was called Audacity. It's like an audio editor program. And as I'm like literally putting the title in the slide and I start doing like the bullets like you do in R Markdown, it actually knew what Audacity was. It said like it was cross-platform. It literally auto-completed it. Just for kicks, I took it and hit enter. And then it said it was a first-class audio editor that's all open source. And I'm like, I don't know what to think of that, but somebody must have talked about Audacity in their GitHub repo. So apparently it's not just code. It actually can help you auto-complete some slide content, which, I can see both good and bad around that. I share your skepticism, Mike, about that. I don't think it's there yet, but if it can save you time, I'm all for it. But I feel like there's still a lot of issues they got to sort out, especially with the whole controversy around maybe they're scraping GPL licensed code, and then if someone else takes that and gets it for Copilot, what are the licensing issues with that? So I haven't, there's no way I can use it for daytime projects at work. I just don't want to deal with that rabbit hole. But for personal stuff, I'll give it a whirl and see what happens. But yeah, I mean, it's got its advantages and disadvantages, I guess. So we'll stay tuned for that. Anyway, so you'll see throughout as I edit some of this, you'll see some of the times it's trying to autocomplete things. It may not be legible in my theme, but And the other thing I turn on is this get lens extension, where apparently if I hover over something, it's even showing my latest commit. A month ago, big commit during a late night stream. God, love my commit messages. That's pretty wild too. Anyway, back to the code. So what I do is I unnest a list column that had the schedule data. I give it an arbitrary calendar ID, and then I basically deselect certain columns I'm not going to need right now. And then I convert the start and end times that from my scraping code become like daytime objects in R, and I convert that to character for this Toast UI calendar stuff to work. This is the nugget right here, is this raw object. Raw is any ancillary data that you want to appear possibly in your calendar. Now, this is all stuff that isn't documented that well. We just have to kind of fumble through the JavaScript stuff. And I noticed that's what some of the examples were doing in order to get some of that metadata to appear in that pop-up that would appear when they click. So as an experiment, I just put the title in there. And you saw in that debugging output there that it was showing up as the input that I'm referencing, and in the pop-up, it was showing the title. Excuse me. I think it's hydrating time. And what I want to do is I want to experiment with doing like a list of stuff and seeing if that list shows up. And if it does, then I know that it doesn't really matter what the structure of the object is. I just want to get it in there and so that I can massage it later on. So that's what we're going to try right now. Now, since I can't recall what all the columns I have with this, I'm going to do the whole browser trick, which I've been doing a lot lately. Easily my favorite debugging tool when I do these apps. So let's run it again. And we're in the debugger now, since it didn't show anything, and we can see it right here. So we should have CalDF available. Let's glimpse that. Oh, I probably didn't get dplyr imported here. I better do the namespacing thing. Let's do CalDF. Alright. What I want for that raw column is I want somewhere in here I've got the description. I think it might be in the schedule data actually. So we're gonna execute oh, why did I do this my ID stuff? Let me oh, that's for okay, that's for later. Yeah, I need that for later. Let me get that in. Let's start looking at the data again when I unnest schedule data and look at what I have here. Oh yeah, let's check out the new viewer of data frames in VS Code. They upgraded that too, so let's check that out together. I looked at it once, but I haven't looked at it much lately. Ah, okay. So what they've done differently is this used to be kind of like a very webby viewer. Now it looks kind of like the data viewer in our studio, to be honest. That's pretty cool. So let's see what we got here. Got the name, that's all the columns that were kind of carried along for the ride. This is all the schedule stuff. I thought I had caught the description somewhere. Maybe I didn't keep that. I may have to look into that. Like the, I got the title of their stream and I got the category, but I may have accidentally removed like their, although maybe I don't have it. I don't think I have their about description like on a Twitch profile. You can get like all that cool metadata there. I probably don't have that yet, so I'll have to add that next time. But let's experiment with getting some stuff on here. Let's see, I don't know what that category stuff is about. And maybe something different. But I wanna, categories is more applicable to us. Let's just see if I grab that and put that as part of the raw object as a list. Let's just see what happens when it tries to render that. It may end up busting, but let's bring along. Oh, we do have categories in here. Okay, so we do have it in here. So let's change our mutate to be a list of stuff. Whether this will work, I have no idea. I'm gonna say title equal title, and then categories. If I can type equal. Oh, see, it's gonna do that code complete stuff. Watch this. It thinks I want more than more things than just categories, so I'll hit tab, but I'm gonna have to delete out the rest. That was kind of freaky too. Okay. Let's see, I have it mess up my parentheses. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Okay. So let's see what happens when this is there. Let's see what raw looks like when I run that. Monica, thank you for joining. Thanks for the great shout out on Twitter. Monica is one of my best streaming friends from the Linux community, and I've learned a lot from her. And yeah, it's drama stuff. Whenever we do cool shiny dev, we gotta have the drama with the techno bits. Of course, I'm in no control over the playlist. All right, so let's see what cal sub looks like now. See if that raw field got the other bits in there. Let's see, where did raw go? Where's raw? Did I miss it? Oh, did I have an error? Oh, I have an error. Duh, I didn't even notice it. Oh, yeah, it's not gonna like that. Okay, it's not gonna like that. I need to do that a different way. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna like it. I need to do a list column the old-fashioned way, I guess. Or what I do is I nest, but the title and categories. Okay, I always mix this up. Okay. I unnest a lot. I don't nest a lot, so that's a bit. Yeah, I gotta work on that bit a bit. Okay, This is where a lot of you are actually much better at this hiding stuff, especially with the tidyr package, than I am. Now, if I just stick with this, let me just make sure this bit works with. I didn't introduce any regressions on that. Yeah, that works. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to nest. Oops, I have the pipe already. I want to nest only the 2 columns of title and categories. And I'm just going on the fly with this. It's been a while. List column of data frame. So I think the dots are the actual columns I want to nest. Oh, it's not going to let me scroll through that. Okay. Look at this a shot. So I want title, categories. If I can type. And then I don't know, will this just work? Guess we'll find out. Probably won't. Oh, well, that's a good helpful that's a helpful error message actually. I like that. They've done a good job with trying to guess what you're trying to do with the nesting bit. So let's see if this pays off. Ooh, no errors. But let's see. Alright. Oh, it just calls it data. Oh, I want to call this raw. Yeah, silly me. I want to call this raw. Then we'll see if that prints out. I'm not optimistic, but let's do glimpse on that, because the data viewer is not going to really show my column structure. Okay, so we got a data frame. Okay, so it always nested into like a sub data frame. Okay, that's true. Well, here goes nothing. Let's just see if that prints when we render it. Let's run the app and find out. Let's get out of this. Get rid of my tabs here. We don't need this anymore. All right. Oh, I forgot to. All right, discontinue that. Uh-oh, that's not good. Yeah, it messed it up. Yep. So that's not gonna work. Okay, so raw is sensitive. Okay. Okay, well that's why we do these things. We gotta debug it. So what I probably need to do, I was thinking I could avoid it, but apparently I can't. What I do in actual projects at the day job is when I want to kind of massage the output of multiple variables together into more of a narrative, I make a custom function that basically translates that into a big string, maybe? And then we'll render the string as the raw field. And in that way, we can control the formatting and what that looks like is probably the direction I want to go. Tan, you have a good suggestion if we try map 2 instead and just form a list of those. Well, you know what? Yeah, it's worth a shot. You already solved so many problems for me anyway last time. I defer to you on a lot of this now. So let's give that a go. What Tan's saying is we want to use the map 2 function from per, and because we're going to iterate over 2, I get what you mean, don't worry. Over title and categories. Then we're going to do a list, and then title is our X argument, and then categories equal dot Y. Let's see. Who knows? This may work the first time. And this should make a proper list. So give that a shot. We'll do the debugger again just in case. Always good to check that out. Right here. Let's see. Okay, no problems there. Let's glimpse it. Okay, so it is a proper list this time. Then we'll see if Toast UI goes crazy with it. All right, hey, that's looking good. Now, this may be an issue for the pop-up. I don't think I've plugged it into the pop-up yet, so that's a custom thing that we're gonna hack on next. But at least the data frame itself is there. The timing of it's another story, but yeah, I've added a few people from the R and data science side, but don't worry, Monica, I have not lost sight of you and my friends on Wimpy's World. We're gonna have another calendar for all of you, but we're gonna use the same infrastructure for this, and that will be an important thing that I stream about, because the admin for that's going to be different than the admin for this. Because for this, I'm going to have a hybrid of maintaining the high-level metadata of each streamer on the data science side, and then have a system to grab that automatically into this app via GitHub Actions or that fancy stuff. But for the Wimpy's World crowd that Monica and I and others are a part of, you're not grabbing this from an API. We're defining that manually. So we got to find a way to give you an interface, more of an admin interface, to add these yourself and capture that on the back end somewhere, and then that refreshes the entire view. So that will be fun bits to develop, and I hope to get to that very soon, because one of the reasons I'm doing this is there's a lot of reasons I'm doing this particular project, but this is a way I'm going to fold in some of the things I've been learning on the day job for like augmenting Shiny with different systems and R itself with different systems, and how I have to really blend a lot of that together in a lot of the work I do. And this is a fun way to do that kind of development in the open without getting fired for showing one of my biggest apps ever, which I'm dying to show someday, but I'd probably be fired if I showed it. It's a joy being in the industry. So anyway, that's good. We've got the pop-up not corrupted. So now we got to figure out, okay, we got the raw data here. There is an example app, if you've been watching my tabs here, to yeah, it is unfortunately like that. If you knew the amounts of training I have to take for all this, they have an acronym, RED CCI. They have a color distinction for the company confidential information, and they scare the bejesus out of you for daring to show red CCI. So yeah, not gonna do that. I need my job. I got kids, you know. So we're gonna quit that. I'm gonna now show you a bit of a segue or a tangent into something I had to dig out of the GitHub repo for Toast UI, the package we're using for the calendar stuff, and how they customize the pop-ups. Yeah, I figured yeah, one person gets that. Yep. That was for you, buddy. That was for you, Tan. So we're going to run this app real quick, and this is totally different data, but I'll kind of give you a preview where I'm going with this. So it's using their example data in the package, but when you click on this, look at that. Look how different that is. Not only did they add arbitrary stuff, they also added actual Shiny inputs in here, which is really gnarly. It's kind of like how in Shiny you have the modal function that give you the pop-ups that kind of take over the screen. You can add any Shiny input, any element in there. So this is going to give me a lot of cool things to do. So let's see how they did it. Not sure if I'm going to put Shiny inputs in here yet, but I might. But let's see how they pull this off. So they go, I mean, the team at Dreamers who made this package are really talented. I had actually talked to them on one of the previous Shiny Dev Series episodes, and always a good time to tell you all about that adventure. Let me switch my sources here. So I had the team at Dreamers, that is I think Bonnie and Victor. Victor Perrier and Fanny Meyer in episode 7, and we talked about their work with the Shiny Widgets package, which is one of my favorite packages of all time in the Shiny ecosystem, and kind of their general advice for data science and consulting. So that's a fun watch if you want to go in the back catalog for that. They also make a really cool package that can be both an RStudio kind of add-in as well as inside a Shiny app called Esquisse. Forgive me for my French pronunciation. My French is lacking, and Monica, you know there'd be somebody chewing me out about that, about my French pronunciation. They're not here. Yeah, Esquisse is awesome. I haven't actually put it in a project yet, but the fact that you can build a ggplot interactively with Shiny, that could be a real time saver, especially if you're letting a customer scope out how to build, what kind of data they want to summarize, what type of summary they want to do. You can take away the burden of you trying to guess all that for them. They can try it all themselves. So I'm sure in a future stream I will address that, but the calendar app probably won't need it. But this is the same team behind the Toast UI package. So yeah, I always like learning this cool stuff. So let's go back to VS Code here. So this is how I got, another reason I got kind of the hint about that magical raw column in the schedules data frame is that in this example they had a variable called raw, and what they did is they made a list out of it. In fact, that's why I thought lists would work, because they had this little status thing in there. So let's see on the server side what they do to plug that in. So first, I do this trick as well, the cal events function, to tell the JavaScript backend that you want to set a shiny input from the JavaScript side based on something they're doing. But then what they do is they do an observe event based on this input they're making. They're keeping track of the clicks. They're doing some schedule stuff. They're okay, I see what they're doing now. So they are actually making the UI themselves, the body of it. So how did they get this stuff in here? They've got an action link. They've got custom HTML. So they just reference the variables in that scheduled data frame, but there it is right here. Schedule raw, bracket 1, which I guess they have to do for reasons. I don't know why they have to do the bracket there, but I'll take their word for it. And then they just grab, that's a variable. So they use that in the shiny inputs. So okay, I don't necessarily want to use it in input, but I want to grab it. So it looks like the key for me is I've got to do some custom UI for the custom pop-up. Now what was interesting to me, I'll go back to the app, is when you look at this, it doesn't look like it still looks like the Toast UI kind of pop-up. And you got a close icon up here. So they did some cool stuff here. Yeah, absolute panel. I haven't done absolute panel much before. But they changed the style themselves. Oh, okay. Okay, they really customized the heck out of this. Okay, I got it. So this looks like a module in the making for me. Is just this UI that would be inserted or removed based on the schedule entry that they click on. Okay. Which is probably the road I want to take with this. I want to be able to really massage that output to be what I want. So let's think about maybe just grabbing a whole bunch of this to see what they do here. Oh, you know what they're doing here? Oh, they're being clever with this. So in their JavaScript set input function, they're actually assigning more than one thing to that input called calendar ID click. If you notice here, they're assigning the schedule ID, the client X, which I guess is like a part they're clicking on the X and the part on the Y. I don't really need that. They use it for the positioning. Oh, okay. So what that's doing is it's saying, okay, if I click over here, they're positioning the pop-up to be very close to where they click. I see now. Okay. So that's pretty slick. That's pretty slick that they offer that. Okay. So I want to experiment with getting that pop-up to be more custom with the way I want it. So let me take advantage of VS Code's bits here. Let's put this on the right side. That'll help me kind of compare the two. And let me see where I do the oh yeah, I need to change the view of this. They don't do word wrap by default in each of the sides, so I got okay, now I can see this. And I apologize, I haven't fixed the linting thing. That's kind of bugging me a little bit, but I will later here. Okay, so you can kind of see the difference here. I'll put them closer together. When they set the input value, they put in brackets the chaining of these three different things. So I need to do that here. It won't just be event schedule raw. It's going to be that, but it's going to have more than that. So I want to... Oh, I know this track. Wild Arms? I think so. This, oh, it's one of my favorites. This is from a site called OC Remix. They do a lot of video game remixes, and I have a lot of their albums downloaded. It's all open source, it's all free. But I listen to this track a lot, so always cool to hear familiar soundtrack. So I want event schedule raw, and I also want this cool stuff that he's grabbed, or they grabbed in their example. I want the schedule ID just in case. I want in the I'm not being good here. I need to name these. These are JavaScript notation, so call that raw. And then I better put a space in. I do have a space. And then I will have ID. And then we have, we're just gonna copy the X and Y. Why not grab them? That's cool. Oops. I sense I have some mismatches in brackets, so I'll probably have to debug that. Bracket, parenthesis, that. That should close the... Hold on. Okay. Okay, so that matches that one. This matches that one. I gotta make sure I match everything up. I'm paranoid to add a lot of line breaks. I'm afraid I'll royally break it. Let me inspect this a bit. So function event, got that, the open bracket there. Oh, I guess in JS you can, but I'm gluing it, so I gotta be careful here. Let's go with that. Let's make, alright, that one matches that one. Let's see what this one is. That is... Yep, that matches there. The thing I'm adding in here was my ID, which was set up way up here, so that's why I do that in glue. So I think that'll work. Let's just make sure this works before royally tanking anything else. Where'd my dev file go? Ah, always accidentally close stuff. There it is. Get rid of that. All right, let's make sure I didn't like totally botch it. Oh, the bugger, I gotta get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're good, we're good. And that one is from Mega Man X. Rare that I hear two tracks that I know very well at the back to back. So I think we got it. Now we just have to translate this back to that custom pop-up stuff. So we need to do an observe event on the click schedule based on the input I gave it, which I'm calling it oh, my ID is the name of the event, or the input. I'm calling it fancy. Okay, we'll have fun. We'll keep calling it fancy. So where am I here? Got render calendar. That's its own thing. And let's no, I'm getting kind of bewildered. Where am I? Where am I? That's the module server. I want to make sure I put this in the right spot. Okay, that's down there. Yeah, okay, so we need to do it here. So we're gonna do an observe event. Observe event's always like the one I use to do quick stuff. I know some people do event reactive, but observe event always serves me well. So input fancy. Love the name. All right. Now, This is where things get a little interesting. We may just kind of rip off a lot of this and just modify it later. That's the name of the game now. Okay, so when they click it, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, I have to do the... What is the UI output? And the custom pop-up. I need to figure out where they did this. Have to remove UI, insert UI, put UI there. Oh, they just do if it's been updated or not. Well, I don't really need to care about that. Okay, so we won't care about that bit. What we will do is we will change a little bit here based on the data we have, and then we'll kind of work out the indenting. That's another downside, is the indenting gets messed up. Yeah, I need to check out the settings for that stuff. All right, so ID. This is something called fancy. And then the ID is what I had assigned way up here, the schedule ID. Now what they do is they, in their schedules data frame, they make the ID. Oh, that's something I need to do. So it's basically an integer for each entry as a way to do the ID. I should probably do that for mine too then. Back to the the massaging of the inputs here. So we do the calendar ID, but then we're gonna also do we'll use their same so I think in dplyr we can just do the end function to reference how many rows there are. I guess we'll find out. Or do I want to add this at the... You know, I only need this... Well... I do need it. Okay, yeah, I'm tripping myself up, but each... Yeah, I think this will work. Okay. I want to make sure I have that unique ID there. And then we can use that to identify the particular schedule entry. We'll see if this works. We'll probably run the app again and find out. What did I do wrong? Oh, of course, that's another thing. It likes to put these parentheses there with that GitHub thing, and I'm like, I don't want parentheses there. Not at all. What? Okay, I definitely messed something up here. Let me make sure did I do too many there? No? Oh, I didn't do enough. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what tripped it up. Let's try again. Okay, we're here. Let's make sure this piece works as expected. Oh, dplyr. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Try that again. All right. It's that. Oh, I keep forgetting I didn't import it. Okay, ID definitely got the job done. Yep, because those are all unique schedule entries, so we're good. So now we'll be assured that cal sub has this, but one thing I noticed is that they are sharing that schedule thing throughout the app. We need to share... We basically need to put this out as a reactive. which is good design anyway. So maybe I think it's time to break out cal sub into a reactive because we need to use it in different places in the app. Well, Tony, welcome to the stream. We're doing some shiny, cool shiny project to put all the data science streamers in a intuitive kind of web-based calendar so that we can keep track of who's doing what and have fun. So I've been doing a few streams about this, and we're making progress here. So let's clean up some infrastructure stuff before we go much further. Let's define a reactive here. I have so many reactives in my apps, it's not even funny. Now my ID is going to be used in a different place, so we don't need to copy that into the reactive. We're going to move this over to here. Oh, the indentation. Oh, that's brutal what it did there. Oh, that's not fun. I'm using cal sub twice, but I don't care. I'm gonna have to clean that up later. That's gonna bug me for a while. Is why the default for copy and pasting in VS Code is just so. That's right, Tony. You're not. I don't think you have a schedule on your Twitch account, but when you do, my code will automatically grab it. So you gotta get on that, buddy. So we got. I think that's all I need for this. I just return it out, and now here we're gonna rec that so that the require, I should say, and then that way this won't actually output unless we have it. And change this to reactive references, which always trips people up when they do shiny apps at work. They forget to reference it the right way. And now this will become cal sub, and then this will be cal sub. All right. Yeah, you should, Tony. It's a lot of fun. And plus, you get a lot of help. I mean, Tan here is like the shiny and R debugging wizard in this collection here. So he saved my my bacon on a lot of issues so far. So you'll get your. In fact, Tan, you did the debugging session for Tony with that scraping stuff just a few days ago. So you have no excuse, Tony. You gotta get it on this. So okay, let's see if that pays off. We'll take out the I think I took out the browser stuff. Yep. Let's just make sure the calendar renders, and then we'll get that back in shape. There we are. Oh, okay. I thought I misunderstood. I thought it was a debugging session. Okay, it was a challenge. Oh, okay. As if we didn't have enough challenges of slice stuff. Good. Everything is still here. That means that my reactive got passed down successfully to the shiny bits, and we've got still the clickable stuff. So we're in good shape there. Let's clear out the cruft here. And now, oh, I closed too much again. Oh, that's always annoying. There we go. And let's see. Go back to our observe events stuff. So we're getting the. We don't actually do anything with this yet, but no errors so far. So I feel like we're in good shape there. So let's start getting the other bits that they do here. Let's get the appropriate line click. Okay, so insert UI time. We're gonna take this, and then we're gonna obviously modify it for later on. Where does this match up? Matches up there. This is gonna get mangled again, I'm sure, but let's give it a play. Oh, other than that, oh yeah, I did mangle it a bit. We need to indent all this. Oh, that I really need to fix that. That is gonna. Our studio knows how to magically indent it, but this one is apparently not as friendly. There we are. Okay. Okay, I gotta change names of this, so this is becoming fancy. And we'll keep this stuff here. We'll keep the debugging stuff. Alright, so this is, instead of sketch, it's going to be cal sub. And we do have the start and end time, so we're going to do that. Wait a minute here. I'm no, it is sketch. Oh, because we subset it. Oh gosh, that would have been bad. Okay. Sketch. Okay, raw. Now, what did I... Oh, I don't want to do radio buttons. We'll do raw stuff later. We're just going to take this bit out. We don't need that. Okay, so that's the insert UI. Let's do the remove of it, which is when they click that X button there. Oh, hold on. Where am I? I gotta make sure I know where I'm at. That was the output. That's been closed here. Observe event has been closed here. Okay, yep. So we gotta go here. And that also mangled the indentation. Remove UI. I hope this works with modules. I guess we'll find out. It's always tough to guess that. Well, we'll find out now. We're gonna run this and see if we get that, at least a bit of the custom pop-up here. Here we go. All right. Oh, well, that's interesting. We didn't turn off the default pop-up yet, but it got it. Now let's see if it closes it. No, it doesn't. Oh, name spacing. Oh, wow. How do I get around this? I've dealt with this before. It's not fun. I've got to, where do I do the name spacing here? Do I do it here? I probably do it here. This always trips me up. And by the way, Tan, congrats on FF Simulator making the CRAN. That's a huge milestone, buddy, and that's great. Great job. Awesome to see that happen. Let's see if just doing name spacing on that does the trick. I'm not optimistic, but this is an issue that always gets me when I do shiny modules with these JavaScript or these UI interactions. All right, does it work? Does it work? Nope. I know I tackled this in a work project once, and I'm trying to remember how I did it. They remove UI stuff with modules, kind of like the dynamic UI stuff. Did I NS this too? I think I might have. Let's give Glue, our friendly Glue package, a play here. And then I'm gonna... I'll change the name of this. I can keep it like this. So the custom pop up equals... No, I better change the name of it. I'm always paranoid about the naming of it. X, this is NS, I don't know. This is a long shot. I always feel like I'm in the weeds here when I do this dynamic UI stuff and module namespaces. It should be natural to me, but always trips me up. All right, here goes nothing. Nope. Okay. Oh, I've looked into this. How do I solve this? Okay. Time to look up some debugging stuff. All right, you're about to see my my service or the thing I do to keep track of all my bookmarks about R and Linux and all that good stuff. I use a website called Pinboard, where it's a service called Pinboard, and for a certain fee per year, you can sync all your bookmarks and put them on multiple devices, multiple browsers, and your mobile apps and all that good stuff. So I have a boatload of shiny bookmarks. I'm gonna see if I had anything like this. That's bookmarking state stuff. Let's see if I had any. No. Okay, I know I've bookmarked this somewhere. There it is. Well, that's from a Google group, though. Although that's that. There was a Stack Overflow post that I know I did stuff with this in the past. Well, maybe this was it. Maybe this was it. Selector. Let's see. Selector in the module. Well, that's in the server-side stuff. No, that's... I thought they had modules in here. Okay, no, they don't. I'm gonna have to search on Stack Overflow itself. Modules. MQI. No, I'm definitely not a robot, even though I sometimes wish I was. Okay. This might be it. Div ID NS placeholder. That's what I was doing. I did the glue thing, I thought. Let me look at what I... Remove UI, selector, glue, the pound sign, and then NS a placeholder. So, oh, maybe I have to do a div for it. Maybe, yeah. That might be the trick. If I just do a div for it instead, this might let's see. They did absolute panel. I'm gonna do a div on this. Let me go back to the code now. Oh, so they had done an ID of NS, okay. Okay, and then we're gonna move. Oh wait, no, wait, no, hold on. Oh, it's, it needs to be somewhere else. It needs to actually be in the, well, no, I'm kind of confusing myself. I think I when I copy pasted, there were some things I messed up here. Looking at their app again. Their output. No, I don't do anything with body here. I may have to defer this issue for later to actually get it closed, but it did render something, so we'll go with that. I do have some work examples that definitely did insert UI and remove UI with shiny modules, but if I show you that, I'll probably get, you know, like I said, I'll get canned. So I'll have to look at that off stream, I guess. But we can still work with some stuff here. What I want to do here is mimic what they did with their calendar thing. That's the parameter I want. Use detail pop-up equal false. Because that will make it so we don't get two of those to show up at the same time. So let's plug that in the right spot. So they did it in the actual calendar call. Yeah, they do it over here. There it is. And we're going to change the view to a week, since that will be an easier view of this. So okay, let's give that a spin. Yeah, that's good. That's going to help more viewing the multiple streams on the same day. Yeah. In fact, you see, this may be off by a day, but there's a lot of stuff going on this 22nd. We're gonna have to check the dates here, but yeah, at least they're showing up. Okay, and then this is where the HTML is, and of course that ain't working. But again, we've got them showing up. Oh, okay, so we just get we get the massive set of pop-ups. Okay, all right, well that's good. We got it there. Okay, so now let's start putting the output we want in there, not just what they were saying. So they did the P tag for the paragraph kind of output, and they just start chaining stuff together. This is where I want to get the raw stuff and start outputting that. So we'll probably just do another tag here and just echo the categories. Now, Golem, the package I'm using to do the Shiny app, does have some nice functions for dealing with lists and outputting them in a nice way. So where do they put that? Golem Utils UI. I'm pretty sure it's here. List to LI, or that's for line item in the HTML language, and we could just try that. Let's give that a spin. This to LI, and this will be sketch. This should be just raw, and then it should be just cat. Oh, look at that auto Copilot in a VS Code. It thinks it's got it right. Let me. Does it? Yeah, it does. That's pretty slick. Okay. Let's see if that actually paid off when we run this again. Well, I didn't get the right data, but I guess I have to browse and make sure I'm referencing it right, because they did a bracket notation for some of their stuff, and maybe I need to do that. So let's have a play with that fun bit. Put our fancy browser here. Try that again. Okay, here we are. So let's see what schedule looks. What? Alright, maybe I need to execute. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. ID. No, not DID. Let's see what that showed up as. 161, and then sched should be just a data frame of this. Yeah, one row. And raw, let's see what sched raw looks like. But that looked like it should get the title. Oh, it does need the brackets, okay. Yep, okay. And then the categories, that should be... Yep, the vector of the two categories. Okay, so we just need that bracket notation. Sketch, so sign raw, bracket 1. Then we'll try categories. We're plugging away. Yeah, there is a way, Monica. We can actually... I can show you all the website that actually shows the songs playing. Let me... In fact, I might have it. Might have a chat command. Let's see if I do. It's exclamation point music, I think. There it is. Okay, it worked. Yep. So check out that second link, which will be... Yep, you got it. Yep. So that second one, rainwave.cc, if you open that and you go to the OC Remix channel in the upper left, they'll tell you the song that's playing. So I think we're on Super Mario Bros. 2. So that was one of my favorites in the series. Actually, I liked it better than Super Mario 3, which got me a little bit of controversy with some of the with the RS streamers out there, but I stand by it. So cool. So let's go back here. Let's try running the app with the categories outputted, and let's see if that does the trick. Yeah, I'm full of hot takes about stuff. Oh, speaking of hot takes, I loosely referenced this on Twitter when somebody mentioned this. It does bug the bejeezers out of me when people call shiny R shiny. The package is called shiny. It does not have R in the name. If it had R in the name, it would be like dplyr or tidyr or purr or whatever. But anybody who doesn't know R well, especially in the IT groups I cooperate with, always call my projects that R shiny, R shiny. Just get it out of here. I try. Sometimes I do bite and I say, well, technically it's a shiny app, which is an R package, but sometimes I just let it go. It just bugs me. But I'm not the only one. So on top of the person on Twitter that mentioned it yesterday or the day before, at the R Pharma conference a few years ago that I helped organize, one of the presenters there who also does a lot of shiny work in their advanced capabilities at the company he's at, he actually had... Excuse me. He actually had a slide that had the word R shiny on it, and he put a big fat X in it. And he's like, no, it's called shiny. And I actually stood up in the room and I applauded because I was like, thank you, somebody that gets it. So yeah, I'm a bit opinionated about those things. So, with that rant out of the way, let's run the app again and see where we go from here. Why do I feel like it? Did I close that tab again? Oh, I'm really getting bad with that. Let me get rid of that. I should just move it to the overview. Let me do that. Move that over here. That way I always have it somewhere. Okay. And what that did, let's see. Aha! Yep, it did it as advertised. Oh, come on. You had to bring that. No. You You ain't getting any support for no golem around here. This is golem all the way because, of course, as I always say, once you go golem, you never go back. Yeah, there you go. And so yeah, the categories do show up here, so that's great. We got good metadata on that front. Can't close it, of course, but we got it. We got it. By the way, Afton, hello. Thanks for joining. Yes, I will always put in the plugs for Golem. They sent me free stickers. That always helps. Wink, wink. Because I was one of the first to actually present about Golem at one of those conferences I just mentioned. So, you know, Colin was treating me well. So that's good. We got that in place. So let me see if there's any other bits of that code I need to rip off for the insert UI stuff. They do some stuff with reactive values on the. That's more of their input stuff. Yeah, well, you know, stickers always help. I'm not gonna lie. Apparently, I'm supposed to get some swag for being a judge for the contest. Hasn't come in yet, but I'm always looking forward to that. A while back, I had gotten our studio mugs, like for coffee, or I just drink water from it. Now my wife and oldest son drink from that, so I'm like, have at it. Maybe you'll learn ours someday. So this is, so we're making good progress here. Now what I want is, with the time I have left, I'm probably going to stop at 11:30 to get some shut-eye, but I want to now try doing the video thing. This I think would be a big win tonight if I can get that pulled off. So the cool thing is that we have the ID as an input for the click event, and we've got, when they click on it, the ID of that, and we want to grab the URL of that entry. I do track the URL in the metadata of the calendar stuff of the latest video if it's available. Now, for some, it won't be available, but I can tell you for sure it's definitely available in yours, Afton, because I did your... As always, I use you as like the debugging case for a lot of the Twitch API stuff. So I'm pretty sure I can get it from an entry from you. So I want to start looking at what I did. I had commented out some stuff where I just disabled it. That is over here. Okay, so I need to look at getting the render UI set up, and that is doing a bunch of glue magic again with the div ID test bid. Let me see, did I hard code that URL? Let me see if I did or not. Where did I do? Oh, the video ID. Okay, that's what I need. I need the video ID. This is what's going to be dynamic now. Okay. So we are going to, yep, we got the vid output here. We're going to do the browser here and grab, okay, this is a little tricky here. I want to make sure I don't do this unless I get that vid ID based on the click. So I basically, this is a long-winded way of saying I need to do a reactive. Oh, looks like wow, my stream elements, oh, Tan, thank you. Looks like we were getting some spammers there. Thank you very much. I was losing track of that. Thanks for modding, much appreciated. I want to make a reactive value of the click of what they do. So we're probably going to set that up over here. Reactive values are a great way to keep track of like what I call server-side state in your Shiny apps. because I want this click to go in multiple places, so I want to keep track of it. Or click, I'm going to say click schedule item. Okay, so I'm not good at naming things, but oh, it wants me to do a reactive in the traditional sense, what the GitHub autocomplete's asking for. Copilot, I mean. I'm just gonna call this schedule click. Reactive val, null. Always set as null at first. And then what I want to do is we have an observe event based on the click that will update the that reactive value based on what they clicked. So we had called it input $fancy. That's kind of our new input name. I changed it from when I was debugging it before. So we're gonna do an observe event, change the observe event that was here to be input fancy, and then this is where I want to grab the click object, and let's do that. Schedule click input $fancy. And then in this render UI, we're going to require that to be, that schedule click reactive variable to be there so that we don't show it unless we have it. Yeah, it's good. Combo stream elements and you lay that hammer down. I have full approval of that. Okay, so I want to do a browser here. When that thing is popular, I need to start inspecting that a little bit. So, you know what this is going to need as well? It's going to need that cal sub as well. So we better wreck the heck out of that. So we'll do that as well. Okay. That should give me what I need. Let's see what happens here. Oh, you got a new Stinger transition, Afton. Congratulations. That's awesome. I know we were having tons of fun with that in the tutorial. Yeah, that's I'm going to try and get some new ones too, but if you think I did a good job on that, actually I don't know if Monica's still here, but she's been doing cool stuff, and our friend Yannick has been doing great setups of his stream. So you all do great design stuff. I'm just trying to catch up. Good, glad it was helpful. That's exactly what yeah, Yannick, he's also doing some OBS tutorials too, and he gets really low level with like his custom Stream Deck, Raspberry Pi assemblies, and yeah, he did a tutorial on doing stingers, which admittedly is something that I feel very much imposter syndrome about, but maybe someday I will. Who knows? If I get like the R logo inside somewhere or do some fun with that, that'd be fun. Okay, let me find I need to find Afton, I think that may be yours here. Let's see. We'll find out in the browser. Let's look at schedule click. ID of 1, X and Y. So that's, then we'll look at cal sub. Let's do a filter. I can type. Schedule click. Let's see what that gives us. Parentheses. Always the parentheses. Oh, yeah, good question, Afton. So Yannick and Monica here, who goes by Community Time here in the chat, these are two of the friends that I've made earlier this year in Wimpy's World, which is a community of Linux enthusiasts who contribute to the Ubuntu Mate distribution. And this is the very friendly bunch that I raced with online, which I'm still the champion until next season starts. Haha. But they've been doing some great OBS work, and I've been learning from them. And Yannick is one of those, and I think he's in France, or Switzerland, and he does some great OBS stuff and graphics stuff, and he blows my stuff out of the water. So I've been learning from them and trying to pass on my lessons to all of you in the data science community. So it's all learning together as we go. So okay, so yes, I did click on your entry, Afton. This is your data here. Yeah, well, actually, I should find those. Yannick has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna good if I can find that. Yeah, he goes by French Guy CH. YouTube. I need to search for that. Gosh, I gotta figure out. Yeah, I don't have a shout out for him. I'm sorry. I need to find that. Oh, where are his videos? That's gonna drive me nuts. He has a Twitter account. I'm gonna. I'll find it. I'll find it a little bit. Remind me, Afton, if I missed that. I found it. I found it. If I go to YouTube directly on that. Yeah, he does really fun stuff. It's really amazing. Yep, I found it. I'm gonna link to you his channel, and then feel free to have fun with that. I'll do a shout out for him proper when I get a chance, but that's Yannick's channel. He busts my chops a lot, and in the racing, but I got him back. He would knock me off, and and Monica, you had the assist in the last track there, if I remember correctly. So anyway, yeah, good stuff there. So we've got Afton's subset here, and what I want from this is the where's the video? Oh, did I removed the video stuff, didn't I? Oh, videos data, yeah. Okay, I need to get the videos data back. Okay, this is interesting. So what I want is this reactive of cal sub to have no subsetting restrictions, but then when I put that into the calendar widget, I do the subsetting there. Okay, all right. So basically, we're gonna take this select statement and we're gonna move that over somewhere else, because I need to get this data from cal sub. And we'll just do the... Don't laugh at my horrible variable names. And then we'll paste that bit in here. And I think that will not break things. But now cal sub will have the video stuff. Oh, and looks like we have Jay Reptiliso. Thanks for joining. Yeah, well, I will tell you this: if you're new to R, Shiny will look pretty intimidating, but there's boatloads of great streamers online that are doing good tutorials about R, and The best way to get started is, especially kind of currently, if you're in the data science field, is R for Data Science by Hadley Wickham and Garrett Grohlman from R Studio. That's a great way to learn R. I'll put a link to that in the chat. Great way to get up to speed with it, and then you can dive a lot deeper as you go forward with other concepts. So, okay, so Cal sub should be better now. So we're gonna get out of this, and then we'll go back to that browser in the video thing and see if that pays off, so we can get the video kind of metadata again. Yeah, so Stealthy, hopefully I'm not butchering the name of that. This is R. R is a language for data science and statistics, and I'm in particular making a web application out of it with the package called Shiny. So R is very expansive, very influential in the stats and data science communities, for sure. Okay, let's go back to our debugger here. And let's see what our Cal sub looks like. We'll just first do our schedule click, or do our filter command again. Let's just do that. Should have it here. Yep. Does that still not have all the comms? Oh, I thought I didn't save the file. Always. VS Code's not smart enough to save the file before running the app. So, no little gotcha there. Yeah, good call. We besought Buddha. Well to handle. That's what I tell people too. It's a great way to get applied with it right away without having to know like all the nitty-gritty details of the language, which you can get into later on. So it's a great book, and I wish I'd have been around when I was learning R back in I'm old, remember, 2005. Yeah, things were different back then. Okay, so let's run our filter command again and see if that. There we go, we got our videos data. So let's save this as, we better start putting this in the app proper so that I have good stuff to go around here. All right. I'm gonna call this video ID. And we're gonna do dplyr magic here. Take the debugging code we've been working on, and we're gonna filter that, copy this in there. Oh, I forget that does that weird stuff with the browser. That's okay. ID, and we'll do the schedule click, a reactive object. Grab ID from that. Okay, thank you GitHub Copilot. We'll do the pipe, thank you. And now I want to get the videos data out. So oh, it's just a character. Okay, let's take a look at that. Unnest that. All right, let's see what we do here. I'm born in 2005. You wish, but or I wish. Okay. Oh, gotta namespace it. I think me and Afton are kind of running neck and neck for our time on Earth. Let's see, video ID. What do we have here? Wait, that didn't quite go as expected, right? User ID, platform categories. Oh, okay, it did do it. It's right here, so I just have to pull it again. Okay. Let's pull that. Alright, and then this. Oh, the magic's about to happen. I hope this works. We have video ID in that embedded iframe JavaScript kind of magic that Twitch gave me for embedded players. And I think now I can uncomment this. Comment this out. We might have it. We might have it. This could be fun. Let's see. This is exciting. This will be a good way to cap the night if this works. Okay, let me get rid of that. I don't know if it'll show up in VS Code. We will find out. Oh, I didn't get rid of the browser. Let's just see on that. Oh, jeez. I'm paying for not importing dplyr here apparently. Okay. So where was that browser at? There was a browser somewhere. Let me get rid of it. Wait, where was it? Oh, I didn't save it again, I bet. Okay, well let's try again. All right. Oh, okay. I think I know what I have to do. I have to open it in an external browser. We're gonna find out together on this. So this is the same app, it's just now in my Firefox browser. Let's try clicking this. And... moment of truth. Come on. Come on. We see it. Oh, that's not good. It's definitely trying. It's trying, maybe. Rats. I thought I had it. You can tell it wants to be there, but I don't know if this is a VS Code thing or it's something wrong with the code. I know I got it working with our studio when I did it. I'm too lazy to spin up that container right now. I feel like I've gotta try this. I gotta debug a little more, but it's right there. It's definitely trying. So it's definitely trying. Let me go back to the UI stuff now. Video I changed the delimiters because it didn't like the squiggly brackets when I did this for something else. Oh, okay. We have a path forward. All right, I hope so. So video ID 3 signs each side. Okay, let's give this a shot again. Let's see if it works in this view first, and if not, I'll open in the external browser. Yeah, it doesn't work in this particular view, but that's why we... Alright, so... sorry for that, you weren't seeing my code just now, but now we will try it here. And look at that, Afton, that's your stream that we're using... or playing the variant game, which I unfortunately couldn't see, but there you are. Oh. Damn. Alright, that is slick. I love it. I love it. And that should change based on who I click. Now, this will be hilarious. Will it work for me? Let's see. And look at that. That's yours truly geeking out about Shiny right here. Oh, that is so cool. Let me... Waylon Walker, let's see if it works for him. Oh, look at that. He's doing some T-Mux cleanup. Oh, that's right up my alley. Monica, you probably heard of T-Mux before. That's my go-to for shell. Shell emulation. No, it does not do it live, Tan. This is getting like the archived videos from Twitch. It, I don't think, does live. Now that could work though. I think there is an endpoint in the video API that lets, like the player API, that might let you view it live. I don't know. I could be. These are the VODs right now. But I'm pumped up for this. Now some of these don't have videos, which I haven't fixed yet. Sorry, the pop-up thing's gonna get annoying here, but let's see if Jesse's Master Packs streams are here. So anybody that has a video, it definitely will show up here. So I just need to do some air handling to see if somebody doesn't have a video. I like record a missing value in the metadata. I just have to say some text like, sorry, there were no VODs for this person. So, oh yeah, let's pull up that the link that Tan just found. Let me put that into the browser here. Embedding everything, really? Oh, ooh, this is pretty cool. For live streams and VODs. Ooh, okay, okay. Now that is interesting. I never thought of it this way. This is it. You gave me a lot to think about, Tan. If we want to make this so that somebody can watch this in this app, but at the same time, I don't want to like duplicate the entire Twitch setup either. Like I'll think about that a bit. But that's an intriguing idea. That certainly is. I guess if somebody wanted to interact with a stream's chat, they would just go to Twitch directly for that, and we could just have a link to it. Very, very cool stuff to think about. But this has been wildly successfhave. What we have done tonight is, going back to the code here for a second, we have successfully at least done a custom pop-up, albeit with some bugs in the closing bit of it, and we have embedded a video. So it's opening the doors for more interactive stuff we can do. But if we can get so yeah, Tan, to your point, if we just get the chat and the video in like a decent viewer place, this really is interesting. What I don't know about is if somebody wanted to interact with the chat with their own Twitch account, how I would handle that login of all this. But I do think we need to address that. So, Afton, to your point, what do we have in GitHub? I need to start putting stuff there. So we have a lot of updates since we last talked. And what I'm going to do is, at the risk of being greedy here, I'm just going to commit all the things here because this is all cool stuff that we've done. So I'm going to use VS Code's let's see, changes, stage all the changes. Yes, yet more massive improvements. And we will push this up to GitHub, and I'll put in the link to that as soon as this is pushed. There we go. Let's go back to desktop. And where you want to find this, it's not very pretty yet, but it is under my GitHub account, our podcast, and the app, the repo is called shinycal. So not much stuff here, but it's a Golem app, and you can kind of take a look at it. There's no like running instance of it yet, but we're getting darn close to that based on the things we've been plowing through the past few weeks. So good. This is a huge improvement. This is the kind of stuff that I was building towards, and now with Tan's awesome ideas, we might be able to do even more with it as we go. But the key now is doing a little more polish, a little more customization, so we can get something out there. Maybe some theming, making it a little more accessible, and then just pushing this out to all the different communication channels out there. The thing that I've been toying with as well is that the Shiny app can be kind of the go-to for a majority of people. But imagine this. Imagine you are on the R for Data Science Slack, or if you're on Discord, one of the many Discord channels that we all are a part of. Imagine if there was a bot for each of those, where you just did a simple command, much like we do with these Twitch commands here, and you could get a web viewable link of the calendar that may not be the Shiny app, but it's going to be the same Toast UI thing, and that way you can get it quickly without even leaving those particular platforms. I think that would be really slick. That would be, it won't be, so that would be like an ancillary thing to the app, but at the same time we can use a lot of the code to get the calendar rendered and just translate it into like an interactive HTML page where you won't get the click events, but at least you'll see at a high level what's going on, which would be great to have if like you're just in those platforms and want to see that. So that's down the road. That's not right away, but I think there's some really cool things we can do with that. So, well, I just committed all that. So our big wins tonight were the pop-up being more custom, the new version of the calendar subset that we're getting from the Twitch API, and the YAML file that I have as kind of like the source of truth for now, and the embedded video. That was cool stuff. I'm psyched for that. Oh, hey, Waylon Walker, thanks for stopping by. I'm probably gonna be closing up shop here in a little bit, but we made tons of progress on the Shiny calendar. We can even show you the app one more time for those that joined late. This is it right here. The pop-ups are still gnarly, but we were able to get videos embedded based when the user clicks an entry. In fact, though, that's yours. As I was just talking about, you had must have been a recent stream on cleaning up Tmux files. So I definitely want to check that out because I'm a big Tmux user. I do tons of it at work. So whatever tips you have about that, I will definitely be interested in looking at. So yeah, I love it. This is cool stuff. So okay, I think that is probably going to wrap me up for tonight. I definitely will continue on this shinycal journey and augment some other cool bits with it. So feel free to send suggestions on the issue tracker for that GitHub repo if you have other ideas. Trying to treat this as like a very much a production setup. Oh, so you're setting up for a YouTube series. That's very cool. I will definitely check that out. So the app is not deployed yet. This is all very kind of raw right now, but I hope by next time we can have a deployed version, even if it doesn't do everything just yet. We're much closer now than we were even a week ago. So you and others will be the first to know when that is out there for sure. Nice. Oh, Afton, I'll have to check out Waylon your stream next time live. I missed it, but I'll definitely be doing that. Cool. So feel free to send me, like I said, comments on the GitHub repo, and give me a shout on Twitter or on Twitch if you want to see some other topics down the road. I definitely have some cool ideas. And I just released the latest Shiny Dev Series interview with Carson Seifert, the author of Plotly and the architect of all that amazing BSlib and thematic engineering in the latest versions of Shiny to really style your apps very easily with CSS without having to be a CSS wizard. So definitely check that out if you want to hear from Carson and his awesome wisdom there. And I'm starting to line up future guests for the rest of the year, and yeah, hopefully some big names that you will recognize. So that's all in the works. All right, well, I'm probably going to hit the hay, so I may not do any raids tonight, but I'll probably do that in the future. But thanks all of you for joining tonight. Always fun to hang out, do some more fun R and Shiny development. So I will catch you all next time on the various other streams out there. So have a great night, all. We'll see you later. Thanks for joining.